Dark Templar, Vahilo, Teku, and Golgotha. And we're going to carry on with the second part of Chapter 2 for our first story in the Second City Chronicle of Mice and Men. If you like what you hear, hit subscribe. If you want to know when we put out something new, hit the bell. It'll let you know. And comments down below. You can join us on Discord. You can follow us on Twitter. Those will also be in the information below this. And we hope that you are enjoying this. It's again Chronicles of Darkness 2nd edition. We're right at the very beginning, so we're still forging that team of investigators into the supernatural, and their lives are all knit together by a web of connections to a guy named Albert Kuei who disappeared, and slowly we're drawing them together. Already Christopher and Grayson have come in contact. We're going to focus the second half of Chapter 2 on Vinny and Elliot, and I'm going to jump in with Vinny first. So Vinny, it's the next day. It's December 11th. It's still cold. It's still slippery, but it's not as snowy. There's a whole lot of piles of snow and stuff like that. And what aspirations are you trying to pursue right now?
So I want to, kind of focus more on the accident that my truck was in a few nights previously. So I want to kind of go down to the area where the accident was and kind of do a little bit of investigation around there.
All right, cool.
To find out more.
Yeah. So, so you head down to Chinatown, which is where your truck was, and it ended up rear-ending a car as a dog darted across the street, is the report that you were given. And it's right in front of the Onleong Merchant Association building, which is a historical landmark, now home of the Pui Tak Center, right where a side road kind of intersects Wentworth, which is the main north-south thoroughfare through Chinatown. And how do you get there? Do you drive? Do you take the L, which is the elevated train in Chicago, or?
Yeah, I'm gonna drive.
All right, cool. So you find some parking nearby, and you head to that intersection, and you start to look around. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the investigation rules like we did last time with Christopher and Grayson to basically see what kind of clues you find for this particular thing you're investigating. And so if you guys hover over the picture in the handout that I just shared, you can see there's a magnifying glass that you can click on, and it will zoom in on the page if you want to follow along. If not, you can just listen to what I'm saying here. But again, I know I have an idea of the number of clues that it's going to take to solve this investigation. Sometimes I tell you, sometimes I don't. It depends on the degree of mystery, I guess. It's kind of like Numenera, where sometimes you'll be given the difficulty and sometimes you won't. For this one, though, you're just kind of collecting information about a crash. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it at... I'm going to set it at... 2. You need 2 clues to solve this. You need to expend those elements as well in solving it. So you need to basically have at least 2 clues and then expend 2 elements, which means if you expend elements for other things, you may have to collect more clues. Okay, which is how it goes. But you'll see as we make use of the system. It's pretty cool. So, what is it that you're looking for?
So first off, I think I just want to kind of, walk through the alley and just see what's already there. So I'm looking for, if there's any cameras that are in the alley, that some of these places have camera footage in the back of their business. Looking at, where my truck would have been, where a dumpster was, all that kind of stuff that they were cleaning out, and potentially where this other vehicle may have been.
Okay. So you already know that the the impact happened on the main street. Okay, this is part of the report. It happened on Wentworth as your truck was going to do the clean out, because at that intersection to a side road, something darted out and caused the car ahead of it to slam on the brakes. So it was on its way in. So that would be so it's not really the alley that you're looking at so much as it's this that
Right.
intersection. Which now there is an alley nearby, which could be part of it. That could be where the dog darted out or whatever, right? But if you want to look for cameras, cool. So you're looking for camera footage, essentially, right? Some sort of
Yeah.
actual recording.
Yeah, that's where I'm going to start.
Okay, cool. So there's businesses around. They may have exterior cameras, that sort of thing. How do you want to go about doing this? So this is what we're talking about with your attribute and skill. What combination there would you use to try to get this information?
I would probably use my intelligence and my investigation,
Okay, so you're
kind of
trying to.
thinking, okay, well, here's where the camera's located on a building. Which direction is it? Would it have seen something? And then once I kind of decide what cameras may have worked, then I might go in and talk to the owners of those businesses to try and get some of the footage.
Okay, you wouldn't need to roll to see where cameras are. That's just kind of walking around looking. So
Yeah,
how would you convince somebody to give you the footage?
I'd probably use my just my presence or my manipulation, and maybe a little bit of persuasion.
Okay,
If that didn't work, I would try and use some intimidation.
okay. So you got to pick a combo. What are you trying to use to get it from a local store owner or I don't know. Most of these are businesses a little
I'd
bit.
I'd, I'd probably start with manipulation and persuasion.
Okay, you're using manipulation and persuasion to obtain a clue. The type of clue you're looking for is again footage of the accident. Okay, that's cool. All right, so yeah, are you going to spend any willpower?
I don't think so.
Cool. And so yeah, so let me figure out the bonuses and/or penalties here. So in doing so, I'd imagine you're going to go canvassing the different shops and stuff, right? Hey, do you have a camera? Blah blah blah. Right? Mind if I
Yeah.
see the footage? Okay, that's cool. What's your emotional state regarding this?
Um, I'd say I'm pretty like I'm obviously invested because I don't want to end up paying money or anything like that. But um,
All
I
right.
know that if there is no camera footage at all, then that might kind of work in my favor as well.
Okay. Do you think your emotions are involved to the point where they're going to get in the way of you finding things? Like, are
I
you
don't
just
think
are
so.
you gonna is your fuse gonna be too short to actually manipulate these people, right? That sort of thing, or are you calm enough to be able to carry it out?
I think I'd be calm enough to be
Okay,
able to carry it out.
cool. All right.
That's kind of what he does every day, right? And this is something more on the minor side.
Yeah. Virtue and vice. What are they?
Virtue is resolute, and vice is arrogance.
Yeah. I'd say they say crime, but it's the object of your investigation. I would say it aligns with your virtue. So cool. So here we are. I'm going to say you got a. You do have unrestricted access to Chinatown. I guess you can go into any of the shops and talk to people and stuff. So it's you don't have unrestricted access to the footage, but the scene, yeah. So I'm gonna say you got yeah minus. So yeah, you got a +1 overall.
Okay.
So
So manipulation, persuasion +1.
yeah. 2 successes. Awesome. So that means that you find yourself a clue, and yeah, it's got a single. What's do you have a specialization in persuasion, or 4 dots in
Just 1 second
persuasion?
here. I do not have 4 dots in persuasion. I have 2 dots in persuasion.
And no
My
specialization.
specializations are in investigating crime scenes.
Yeah, but it's not so much a crime scene, right? Well, I guess it is, but
Uh,
that would be if you used investigation. But you're persuading people.
yeah.
You're not actually going and measuring skid marks and stuff. Okay, cool. So it's not a you're not a specialist in this case. So you have 1 clue with 1 element, and the clue is footage. Okay, so you can write down in the box on page 3 of your character sheet. It'll say clue in there. You can put down footage of the accident with a 1 in brackets. That tells you the number of elements that it has. And
All right.
yeah, and so this footage, it's from a shop that's just near a very narrow alley between 2 buildings, very narrow, to the point where it's basically as wide as a standard door. Okay, it has actually a gate, a hinged gate on the alley to prevent people kind of slipping between the buildings, and it's locked. But mounted there is an external camera pointed down the street toward that intersection. And yeah, you managed to persuade the shop owner enough, using your Italian charm, with this Chinese lady, to have her show you the footage, of a little while ago, right? Because it was a few days ago, at least, about almost a week ago.
Yeah.
Well, actually, a little bit more than a week ago. So, and luckily, it only records when there's activity. It's got a motion sensor on it, so it's not chewing up. You're not going through vast footage. And she finds the area there and shows you what was on it, and yeah, what you see is is the it's kind of you're looking down, you're looking north toward the intersection from the store. Okay, and you can see the sidewalk, and you can see the road, and there's some slow moving traffic on the road. It's nighttime, and the all of a sudden on the screen, out from between the bars on this gated door, or sorry, this barred kind of gate that's blocking the very narrow alley that enters onto the sidewalk. A very large rat slips between there, runs a little ways down the sidewalk, turns back and looks at the camera. You can see the reflection of lights off of its eyes, and then turns and runs back down straight down the street toward this intersection. Moments later, a very large dog seems to clear the top of the gate there, the locked gate, kind of like gets its upper leg. You can just kind of see it jump down from the top of it, so it must have managed to jump up to the edge, right, and drop down, and tears after this rodent down the sidewalk of China, of this Wentworth, heading north toward the intersection by the Pui Talk Center. It gets down there. People are kind of on the sidewalk as this dog tears past. They kind of jump out of the way, and it darts in front of the vehicles. You can see brake lights of the vehicles that are headed north. Your truck, you can see a big truck behind a smaller car that comes to a grinding halt, and the smaller car hits the dog, then the dog gets up and runs off across the way past the Puitok Center down that side road. Yeah, and then of course you can see people getting out and assessing damage and things like that.
Okay.
Why do we have another Vinny?
Can I save a copy of this footage, or is there a way that I can kind of send it to my own device?
Um, yeah, you've successfully acquired the clue, so she will let you.
Okay. Can
She will
I?
let you make a copy, or you were sitting there recording it on your phone when she was showing it to you surreptitiously, one way or the other. You
Okay.
will have. Actually, no, it's 2005, so you weren't recording it on your phone. Yeah, she'll help you get a copy of this data. Yeah, she's
Okay.
very
Once
happy
once I once I get a
to
copy,
help you.
is it possible to delete any copy that she has so that I'm the sole proprietor of the
That would
footage?
that would take some social maneuvering on your part. How come we have all these Vinnies all over the place here? Somebody dragging a Vinny out?
I don't
All
know.
right.
I'd like to try and do that.
Okay. So let's let's take a look at the social maneuvering system then, which is another system that basically is what I was talking about with you guys in the downtime, or at least Teku in downtime there, is the way that they are you kind of convince people to do things for you. So
Yeah.
essentially, what do you want from the target?
I want her to delete the other footage.
Okay, cool. So
Or if I had access to the computer, I would have deleted it myself
yeah,
without
she
her
wouldn't
knowing.
give you access. She would show you, but
Right.
the resolution of this social maneuvering could very well give you access, and you did the deleting, or she does it for you. But one way or the other, there's a certain number of doors you have to open in order to get her to comply.
Right.
And yeah, it is the lower of her resolve or composure plus any situational doors. And yeah, so cool. We'll just say there's two doors that you have to open. And first impression, she will say is good because she agreed to help you. So you've made a decent impression on her, right? You convinced her. She thinks you're okay, right? It's better than average. You made a good impression on her, and
Right.
that means you get to make one roll to open doors a day. Okay. So here's what happens. You are going to need to determine how you're doing this. Right? You're going to make a social roll, and if you're successful, you open one door. If you're exceptionally successful, you'll open two. So you could do it on one roll. If you fail, though, you take a -1 penalty. Or you can opt to make your impression worse, drop it from good to average, and you'll take a beat. And if you make a dramatic failure, you completely, utterly fail. You can't attempt anymore. Now, you could use hard leverage, which basically is intimidation or blackmail or something like that. And if it's I don't know, if the hard leverage is threats, then it would it open one door. But if you actually injure her or something like that, you actually beat her, then it would open both doors immediately. But again, it depends the course of action that you want to take here.
Right.
So how are you going
Um,
about this?
so I think once I have the copy of footage, um, I wanna kind of be more um like intimidating.
Okay, you want to go through intimidation. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, so
And
you're gonna
basically just
browbeat her.
say,
Or are you going to actually lay
No,
hands on her?
no, I'm not going to do that. I think I want to um, intimidate her, kind of with the idea that she doesn't. You don't want kind of police coming around and seeing all of this kind of stuff and being the subject of a police investigation. So if you just delete it, then you can tell the police that you don't have any footage, and they'll kind of leave you alone.
Okay.
And as I continue with that, I might kind of, you know, put along the lines of, you wouldn't want,
You wouldn't want me telling the cops.
any of that. What's that?
You wouldn't want, like, you tell her, like, you wouldn't want me telling the cops, sort of thing? Or,
No, I think like she wouldn't want to become the subject of anything to do with police.
yeah.
And kind of threaten, like, maybe they'll deport you or something like that.
Okay. Okay.
And kind of use that aspect of intimidation that, you don't want to kind of get involved with the feds because or like with the police because you never know what they're going to do to you.
Okay. Cool. All right. And you're trying to make that like a veiled threat? Or
Yeah,
that you would make sure that it happens to her, sort of thing?
not that well, maybe not
Like, are,
necessarily
are
that
you
I would.
being personally intimidating to her, or are you trying to convince her that something bad is going to happen to her?
Trying to convince her that something bad is going to
Okay.
happen.
So that's more of a manipulation plus persuasion, or
Sure.
yeah, like you're trying to make her think that it's going to be a certain way. Cool. Yeah, manipulation plus persuasion is probably the pool that we're looking for there.
Okay.
All right. So it's not really hard leverage that you're going for. You're going for more. Right. You're just trying to get her worried. So cool. All right. Are you using any willpower?
No.
All right. And you're going to be at a -2 penalty then, just for her own composure.
Okay.
Let's see what you get.
That's the only penalty.
That's it. Yeah.
One success.
All right. So you open one door, and
Okay.
yeah, you can only make one roll per day. So
Right.
you are have one door open, and yeah.
Okay. So yeah, if I got that door, like if I got open one door, I think I'm gonna leave, and I might kind of walk up and down the street and see if there's anybody, maybe anybody that's homeless or anything that would have seen the accident.
Okay.
Right? If there's a homeless person who kind of has their spot, if they would have
Yeah.
seen something happen.
Sure. So you start perusing the alleys behind behind the or by that alley that's by the intersection. Cool. Elliot, I'll come back to you in a sec there, Vinny. Elliot, there
Okay.
you are. And so it's Sunday. I'm assuming that you guys went to the university area with her, or
Yeah,
okay, cool. And yeah, so where did you guys stay last night? You found another shelter, or
yeah. We kind of went to another shelter.
okay, cool. And yeah, she seems to be growing to trust you, and the like. In the morning, you kind of make sure she's all right. You get a meal. They were basically handing out some like cornbread muffins and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, what do you do? What's going on?
So, okay, so you're talking last time about going to this university. What do you usually do there?
Just hang out. Like I said, some guys will buy me food, and the like. There's a lot of places where it's warm.
Where it's warm. Okay.
Yeah, like libraries and
Right. Do you know anyone there? Like, have you met any friends or anything there?
I know a few people that do the same thing. They got, they kind of sleep in the student lounge and stuff like that.
Okay.
They look like students.
So it's a little more familiar to you.
Well, as familiar as it can be.
Well, I'm just wanting you to feel comfortable. I know we've been going to the mall and doing a few other things here and there, but do you want to hit that up? Maybe, see what we can find?
I guess it's a Sunday. It's not going to be very busy.
No, but yeah, maybe it'll be a little quiet. Unless you have anyone else in mind, like it's up to you. What do you want to do?
I don't know. Just just keep moving, I guess. It's kind of cold still.
Yeah, all right. Okay. Well, let's take the L and let's head towards the university. We'll just go for a walk.
All right.
That sound good?
Yeah. Just kind of shivers.
Yeah.
But,
Is it still that cold out? I'm not sure.
Oh yeah.
It still is.
Yeah. You still got the extreme cold tilt up there, so it's freezing. It's below freezing. So
yeah. Maybe we'll find a lost and found and get you a nice jacket too.
okay, cool.
Cool. All right, let's get out there.
Yeah.
So we head out and kind of go for a walk, kind of as we're moving towards the L there. So, what's your full name?
My full name?
Yeah, Karen. What? Like you never told me your full name.
It's like, why do you want to know my full name?
Well, just people usually give their names out, and just want to know who you are.
All right. She's like, Karen Grazna.
Okay. All right, Karen Grazna. I'm Elliot Payne, just so you know.
Hi, Elliot Payne.
Yeah.
She kind of smiles.
So, have you ever been to the university besides just going there this recently? Like you said, it was like, what, a couple of weeks, right? Since that incident happened, you're saying?
Well, I knew to go there because we went for a school trip.
Oh, yeah. What school did you go to?
Okay, so you're gonna have to roll to try to manipulate her to giving that up. She's kind of trying to not give out information. She's not actively doing it, but it's going to be against her composure.
Right.
So, what tactics are you using here? How are you trying to get info from her?
All right. So I have fast talk as my persuasion.
Okay, let's take a look at.
I also have persuasion as well. Wits is pretty high, so I probably go wits plus persuasion and fast talk.
It'd be a social skill, right?
Yeah, that's what persuasion is for.
Sorry, a social attribute is what you would be relying on here. You're not looking for something persuasive, right? You're trying to convince her to give you something either through your presence or your manipulation.
My manipulation, I suppose.
Okay.
So manipulation plus persuasion.
And you're doing it by fast talking?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's an additional die. Are you spending your willpower?
Sure, I'll spend a willpower for it.
Okay, just drag it out.
Yeah, I'm going to do that in a second here.
Cool. All right, so that'll give you a total bonus of +4.
Okay. You see
it?
I just
and then the penalty from her composure is -3, so your total bonus is +1.
Okay. Why is it not? There it is. Okay. 12. Plus 12 would be great. Submit.
Cool. So yeah, you managed to just slip it in there, and she responds before she can think about it, and she gives you the name of a high school in Bridgeport. I don't know.
Okay, is Bridgeport? Do I know a Bridgeport area? I probably do. Right?
Bridgeport area is like the neighborhood just to the east of the neighborhood you grew up in.
East of the neighborhood I grew up in. I'm just gonna write that down. Sorry. Give me a second here. All right. Okay. Sorry, just writing that down. Okay, cool. She kind of lets that slip. All right, sounds good. Do I know if it's a pretty an affluent area as well?
It's a blue collar area.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's It's yeah, it's not a
Middle class. All right.
yeah. It would be working class. Let's put it that way.
All right.
So, um,
So what'd you do here on your school trip? Sorry, I interrupted you there.
oh, we went to one of the science labs and they gave us a tour of some of the equipment and stuff. It was
Oh,
pretty
we were
cool.
on a field trip kind of thing?
What's that?
Were you on like a field trip, or was it for like
Yeah,
looking
yeah.
at your universities to kind of apply to one day? Or
How old do you think I am? She says,
yeah, we grow up pretty quick. Sometimes I forget how old I am. I've been out here for
as
so
he
long.
flips to the back of his character sheet. How old I am? No, it is yeah.
I'm 16. I know I'm 16, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like whatever. It is what it is. Yeah. Well, you look a little. You look older than you are. Than you are.
Oh,
That's
okay.
probably why so many people will probably offer you stuff at this university. If they thought that you were a little kid, they probably would have called like child services by now. Don't you think?
They probably, I don't know. Yeah. So she goes
Well,
to
just
she goes to
saying.
Tilden High School, and
Sorry.
she goes to Tilden High School.
Oh, Tilden High School. Okay.
Tilden, Tilden, Tilden,
Yeah.
which is actually in the neighborhood just south of Bridgeport, but that's like its catchment area, right? Is
Yeah.
Bridgeport.
Gotcha. Sounds good. Sounds good.
So
All right.
we could say that you. I mean, I basically gave away her neighborhood, so you could have fished and got Bridgeport from her as well, right? So
All right.
yeah.
Bridgeport. All right. Bridgeport. Sounds good. Cool. Do you usually have a spot you go to at the university?
Just student lounges.
All right. Sounds good. Well, let's hop on the L here.
No, you make your way to the
Yeah.
university.
Sounds good. Is the L quite populated?
It's a Sunday, so I mean there'll be people on it, but it's not like it's commuter level, right? So
Okay.
yeah, there's always
All right.
people on it.
Oh, okay. I'm just curious how.
Except like in the dead of night, like between like 2 and 6, right? Or I guess maybe 2 and 5.
Okay. Sounds good. The reason why I asked whether it's popular or not is because how many people would you say is around?
Oh, I don't know. There's still seats available. It's not packed, right? There's like
I'm not saying on the L. I'm saying up like in the station itself.
oh, I don't know. It's a sparse crowd. It's not like it's not like people are rubbing against each other, and it's certainly you'd have plenty of space, right? Like people are further than a close distance from you.
Further than a close distance from me. Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Okay. Sounds good. All right. All right. So we hop on the L, I guess, and start moving towards the university.
Yeah, you make your transfers to various lines, and
Did you ever take the subway or the L side before we met?
oh yeah, I grew up in Chicago,
Yeah, I know, but like, what are some of your spots you used to go to?
the mall.
The same mall that we went to?
Yeah, well, yeah, once in a while.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I don't know whether
I
you had
skipped
like
school once, and we hopped to the mall.
Oh, okay.
It's
Who'd you
far
skip
enough
school
away,
with?
so
Who'd you skip school with?
my friends.
Oh, okay. Cool. Cool. All right. Sounds good. Have you had any contact with any of your friends?
She just kind of looks down and shakes her head, kind of like
Oh.
even thinking of it is kind of scary for her.
Fair enough.
She's like, I wouldn't
Oh,
want to.
we're probably worried about you. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and they'd probably tell people where I'm at.
Okay. I'm just saying there's probably people who care for you, right? And probably would help you as well. I'm not saying I don't mind you being here, but I'm sure there are people that would care for you probably a lot better than I am. That's all.
And I wouldn't want to get them hurt.
Hurt how?
Elliot, I told you. It's after me. I know it.
We've not even had a sniff of it since you've been with me. Why is that?
Because we keep
You're not worried
moving.
about my state.
Because we keep moving.
Okay.
And it snowed a lot.
Okay. All
Hopefully
right.
it lost my trail.
You think it has your scent? Is that what you're referring to?
Yeah.
Like some kind of dog?
Like a monster that will hunt you down.
Probably. I'm confused. Like, can you like explain what this monster looked like then? Like completely. Like I'm trying to get a visual here. You said it had fangs before, but
Yeah.
I don't know what that means. Was it like a giant dog? Like did it have hair? Like was it
Yeah.
any of that?
Big, hairy fangs, claws.
Like a werewolf.
Sure.
Can I roll to see whether she's lying there?
Yeah, you can see.
Sorry, sorry. I should rephrase that. Can I roll to see if what she's saying is true? Not necessarily whether she's lying to me, because things could be obviously scrambled, but like whether she's telling me the truth, like whether what she's saying is true. Sorry.
Yeah, you can
Or
use like wits plus
or is it like
empathy
under-
or wits plus subterfuge, whichever.
Sure.
I mean, wits plus empathy is going to give away kind of those subtle, emotional and physical tells that she's lying, right? Whereas subterfuge, you're going to be looking at, the way she's responding and articulating her answers to try to be avoiding things or things like that.
Okay, I'm going with empathy here instead of the subterfuge, even though I get more.
Yeah, if it makes more sense to use empathy, then that's the best way to go. Are you using willpower?
Uh. Let's see here. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna use. I'm not gonna use willpower here. Any penalties?
Yep, 3. -3.
So I'm rolling a 2. What am I rolling against? Sorry, against her for.
It's her composure, right? You're trying to. It's just what's penalizing you is her resistance to social.
There you go. 4 successes.
That's with a -3.
Yep.
What was your bonus?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I rolled it incorrectly.
Yeah, because
Oh, I should.
you should be.
Right. I should have 2 dice. So I should have.
Oh, you put in the number of dice for your modifier. I see.
Yeah. Just put -2 then. Is that what I'm doing?
-3. Her composure's 3. There we go.
Nope, no successes. All right, sounds good.
Yeah. So as far as you can tell, she's up front. She doesn't have anything given away.
All right, so whatever. Kind of a little awkward silence after that, but we get off the L, I guess, eventually at Chicago.
Yeah, you're at the University of Illinois, not Chicago, right?
Sorry, Illinois. Sorry, my apologies.
Yeah.
All right. Are a lot of people getting off at the same place?
Yeah,
or?
yeah. People are. It's a pretty big stop.
Pretty big stop. Okay. I'm gonna get a little behind a couple of people. I'm trying to pickpocket somebody.
Oh, okay, cool.
Well, I need money. I don't have a job. I need money.
No, that's cool. What's your virtue and vice?
Charity and envy.
Okay, so you're not motivated by either of those.
No.
Okay, so this is something that it would violate a social moral code, so it will be a breaking point for you. But you are doing it for survival, so you do get a bonus. That's okay.
All right.
Are you trying to not be noticed by her, or?
Sure.
Okay, cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say that that will cause a bit of a penalty because you're trying to avoid her, right? So you're looking at.
I am behind everybody though too. So does that conceal me or no?
Well, that's yeah. You're that would be part of a successful pickpocket, right?
Sure.
So you are, yeah. You got what it'll be dexterity plus larceny. Do you have specialization in pickpocketing?
I do not
Okay.
have one.
So dexterity and larceny is your pool.
Yep.
Because you're trying to avoid being noticed by Karen.
I am gonna put willpower into this before you say that,
Yeah,
so that I
yeah.
can.
I'm just thinking it's a penalty there. Yeah, but
Yep.
yeah, if you're going to put willpower in, drop her out on the board there.
Okay.
All right, and I would say you're going to be avoiding her wits. So so the willpower will, because she's essentially with you, right? So you're trying to do it without her seeing. We'll just say, yeah, her wits are the penalty. So that would be a -3. So that'll eat up your willpower bonus. So it's just your dex plus larceny.
Okay. Wits plus dexterity.
Or sorry, dexterity plus larceny is what it would be. Sorry.
Okay. Good. It's that. 3 successes.
Cool. That's awesome. So you are successful. You're going to you can add this to your equipment, or so your gear. It's called cash, and it's a 1 dot piece of equipment.
Gear is cash, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, write that down here. Cash, 1 dot. All right.
And basically it acts like a dot of resources, but when you use it, it's gone.
Okay, sounds good. All right.
And
how much cash is that? Like,
it's enough to buy 1 dot of resources worth of stuff. So it doesn't really.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just curious. Like, if I buy like a hamburger, I'm gone, or like, am I buying like, a monthly bus pass or something like that? Like, how much?
Well,
how much?
If you take a look in the Chronicles of Darkness book, if you go down to equipment, it will show you some of the things that are 1 dot, right?
Okay.
So in the appendix, let me just tell you real quick just to give you an idea. So a 1 dot thing is like brass knuckles, a crowbar, a chain, a knife, hatchet. So we think about how expensive those sorts of things are. There's.
You're looking at like $40 worth, essentially.
Yeah, essentially, I would say that, there's also, you can buy services too, right? So like a 1 dot service is like, attending a self-defense class. So it's probably like less than $100.
Okay.
Maybe it depends, right? Like money in this is not really, it's not really, you don't keep track. It's not, there's no accounting really, right?
That's fine. Yeah. So I'm just curious. I was supposed to get a bonus on that too, right? That last roll. We forget that bonus. I'm just curious. I don't want to roll it again, but I'm saying I should have got a bonus too, right?
For what?
You said it was because I was in like my element or something like that, or.
No, I asked if you just were specialized in pickpocketing.
No, before that, it was like it wasn't a breaking point, but you said something else.
Oh, yeah, you get a breaking point. Oh, yeah, you'll get a bonus not on that roll. You'll get a bonus to avoid the breaking point.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Which is what we're going to roll right now.
Okay.
Yeah. So, so here we are, right? You're basically breaking a social moral code by doing that. So you're going to roll resolve plus composure. You got a +1 from your integrity, because it's 7 right now. I'm going to give you the bonus for protecting yourself, right? Because you need stuff. Okay. So that's going to be +2. What's your vice and virtue?
Charity, envy.
Not really motivated by either of those.
No.
Yeah, that's it. So you got a
I'm rolling
+2.
I'm rolling my resolve plus composure and integrity, or no?
No, resolve plus composure with a +2.
+2. All right. Get rid of that larceny thing. click that off. False composure +2. Oops. +2. There we go. 2 successes.
All right, cool. So you don't lose any integrity. However, you feel slightly guilty.
Sure.
To do it. Okay. If you failed, you wouldn't feel guilty. Whoa, it's sliding all over the place here. Okay, come on over.
Oh my
God. And there we go. Right, so you experience deep-seated feelings of guilt and remorse. Right, you're a -2 to resolve or composure rolls to defend against subterfuge, empathy, or intimidation, because it's kind of like, oh, this is what it's come to, right? You're generally a good person who is like, oh, right.
Like, I do this shit because I literally have to do this shit.
Yeah, and it's like,
yeah,
why do I have to do this shit, right? Like,
so, but I have to.
It's kind of lowered it now. You saw there that resolving it is making restitution or confessing your crimes.
Right? Sure, sounds good.
Yeah,
sounds good.
And that's pretty easy because you were successful, and we already penalized you for Karen. So if you confessed it to her, that would help get rid of the guilt.
Yeah, I got you.
Cool. I got you. All right, so there you are.
So I have another question. Mm-hmm. So after we walk away for a little bit, kind of thing, are we going to? Where do you want to head to? The library, you said?
No, we could go to the library.
The student center. The student
lounge.
Center. Yeah, let's go there.
Okay, so you guys go to the student lounge.
All right. I'm gonna need to use the washroom. Is that all right?
You want to go to the bathroom? You said.
Yeah. Is that okay?
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. You don't have to ask me. She says.
Oh, yeah, just letting you know where I'm going. That I'm like not just taking off on you here. Okay, so I go to the washroom. Yep. I'm gonna head to one of the stalls, close the door, and I'm gonna check out this wallet I stole.
Yep.
What do I see besides money? Hopefully, there's money.
There's ID. There's.
Right.
Some of the money is in the form of credit cards and stuff, right? So it's not
fair
just
enough.
cash.
So
we lump it up to cash. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll take the cash, take the credit cards.
Yeah.
And the ID, is this like a student that's here?
Sure.
Okay. Does the student have a bus pass?
They got a travel pass, yeah, sure.
Okay. I'll pocket the travel pass as well. That way, kind of gets me through a few things as well. Cool. Sounds good. All right. Well, I will take that. I'll leave like the important ID that's in there, like the social insurance or social security number or other like driver's license. They have one or whatever it could be. I'll leave that in there though. And, I'll go back out there. Okay. I'll have everything on me, but I'll go back out there. But I separated them evenly, and then put the stuff that I wanted into like my backpack into a secure Ziploc bag.
Gotcha.
And the rest of it I'll just keep in the bag, like as is.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Basically, flush, kind of go and wash my hands there. Yeah. Kind of give myself a real stern look in the mirror as the guilt, as you were mentioning earlier, kind of washes over me. Like I gotta, this is what I have to do to fucking survive, right? And kind of give myself a little pep talk, like kind of thing, maybe it's only temporary. It's only temporary.
Yeah.
We'll get through this. And I'm gonna start talking to myself a little bit too, and just be like, "Who the fuck is this girl?" She's such a mystery. Like I have no idea. Like she's a closed book all the way. Like she's talking about, fangs and hair and hair eating shit, like a beast, like a monster.
Yeah.
What am I getting myself into? All right, I splashed some water on my face, kind of thing, and with a big sigh and head out the door.
Cool. And while you were kind of counting the cash and everything like that, your mind did wander back to the briefcase you hid in your cash.
Okay.
Right? Because it's been a bit, right? It was a while ago that you found that.
Yeah, it's been 3-4 days.
About a week.
Or
a week, yeah.
Oh, about a week.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good.
So, yeah. What if somebody found it? What if somebody took it, right?
Mm.
It could be valuable, right? That sort of thing.
Fair enough.
So,
Okay.
cool.
Cool.
All right. Other stuff if you
All
want
right, I
to
go
do.
back. Yeah, so I go back outside. She's sitting down. What's she doing?
Yeah, she just um, kind of counting what change she has and, what little bit of money she's got, and just kind of accounting for her stuff.
Cool. I'll just go up to her. So,
Sitting closer to one of the heat vents to be warmer.
yeah. Are you always this cold?
She's like, yeah, look at me. And she kind of holds up her arm and the sweater dangles off her. She's basically skin and bone. Like she's just a waif, right? She's tall and
Oh, you know
lanky
what?
and thin.
All right. Oh, you know what? I told you that we should go see like the Lost and Found. Maybe we can grab like a jacket or something. Something a little warmer. They always have stuff there.
Okay,
Let's go over there.
cool.
All right.
You do that. Find something for
Yeah.
her.
So
Sure.
yeah. So we're in the student center and find
Yeah.
something. So do we find her a coat or a jacket that's suitable?
Yeah.
Is there one there?
Sure. Yeah.
Right. Cool. All right. So yeah, this one looks pretty good on you, and it's a little bit big, but I'm pretty sure it's rather be big than too small, right?
Yeah. She kind of play models it, sort of thing, right?
Yeah. Is there like other like clothing, like toques or anything like that in there that I could grab?
Like
for myself?
you guys can outfit to stay warm.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'm probably wearing some like shabby clothing too, so I'll probably replace a little bit of it to include
for
some
sure.
nicer looking dreads here as I do so.
Yeah.
All right. Ah, we look like we belong here. Kind of give a like little mini joke there.
Yeah, she kind of gives the smile out of the corner of her mouth. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get something to eat.
Cool.
What's there to eat here? I've always never actually really been in the
Yeah.
university.
So she, a lot of the places aren't. I mean, there's a few places. Like the best places are closed on Sundays. But
Okay.
yeah. So you guys do that. What's your goal here? I'm just trying to get us to a head here.
I'm trying to make her feel comfortable at one point.
Yeah.
And I'm making her feel comfortable. I kind of want to get her to tell me more details of the night that it happened.
Okay, so that's a social maneuvering. You have a good impression with her. In order to make it better than that, it's going to have to. It's going to have to be. You're going to have to make a roll of some sort, right, to see if you can bump it to excellent.
Right.
Do you want to try to improve that impression?
Well, not yet, because I have this guilty thing on me right now. I'm planning to head to the library for a reason as well.
Okay, cool. So let's see what she has for doors. Okay.
Right.
So it's the lower of her resolve or composure, so that's 2. Situational doors are going to be let's see. So what strategy are you using here? Like, so if you look at it, some of the ways of reducing doors, if how you're getting her to tell you stuff includes an offer with a clear path or a clear line of reasoning that will help her achieve one of her aspirations, it will reduce door. But you would have to figure out her aspirations first, which you may have based on the things that she's talked about.
Right. Well, she definitely wants to get away, but maybe she wants to also come to terms with what happened here. Maybe she wants like a resolution to what happened. So that's what I'm thinking too.
Okay, so you would have to give a clear line, say, hey, if you tell me, I will do this, and if that's something that achieves her aspiration, that basically opens a door for you automatically, or it reduces the number of doors, right? But yeah, I would say that this is probably pretty traumatic for her, so her reliving it would be a breaking point for her. So it adds 2 doors. So there's 4 doors right now.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. 4 doors right now.
Yeah. That's how many you would have to open before she tells you the whole details.
Okay. Interesting.
And I'm assuming you don't want to force any doors, right?
No, I don't. I don't want to force any doors.
Now, again, including an offer, hey, if you what would that offer be? that could
For her to tell me more.
like what are you going to offer her if she tells you, basically?
I don't know. I think it's more like like tell me about your family before it happened. Like, who was your mom like, kind of situation.
Well, but what do you want? What your goal is to know about what happened, right?
Right.
So again, here the offer is, you tell me you give me what I want, and I will give you something, right? And if that something aligns with one of her aspirations, it removes a door.
Right.
So,
I think she wants protection, right? So like, but I don't know how I'm going to protect her.
You don't have to come up with that. You just have to say, I'm going to keep you safe, right? Like,
Okay.
right? I'm going to make sure that you stay safe, right?
Okay.
I will be your safety, sort of thing.
Right.
That's a clear. That would be a clear path to what she wants, if what she wants is safety, right?
Which I'm assuming is what she does want.
Yeah, you can only make an assumption, right? But based on her behavior, that seems to be reasonable, right?
Right. So I said earlier, like, I could be in danger as well, but I was going to suggest that, like, so listen, Karen, like, I need you to tell me what is coming after you, like, specifically, and because I want to protect you, I want to make sure you're safe, but I need to know what I'm dealing with.
Okay, cool. So that will remove a door, so that one of her aspirations is to be safe. Okay, and so that means there's only 3 doors that you need to open. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to give a presence plus persuasion roll for me.
Presence plus persuasion roll.
Yeah.
Okay, and that'll be like a -2, I'm pretty sure, because of this guilt.
I don't know. Let's see. What's guilt? What's the
It's
penalty?
all composure rolls. Composure.
Composure. Nope. You're good.
Nope.
So
All right, sounds good.
that said, it's penalized by her composure, which is
right.
Which is 3.
To be a chance die at this point.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll have to willpower this too.
Yeah, I'll let you. I shouldn't have told you ahead of time, but you already kind of knew her composure. So yeah. So it would just be a straight roll then, right? No bonus, no penalty if you spend a point of willpower. So just drag it out and drop it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right. Give it a roll.
So I'm rolling. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you're doing presence plus persuasion, and if you're successful, you were so convincing at offering her safety that it will bump you from good to excellent in your relationship.
Right. All right, here goes nothing, I guess.
Yeah, there you go. Now you have an excellent reputation. So,
I got lucky balls there.
There you go. That's cool. 3 dice, 1 success. Hey, 50-50. Still, that's good, because what that does now is that means every hour you can roll to convince her in some way opening up a door.
If I know their aspiration.
Nope. You offered her. I'm just telling you that the offer that you made to her removed a door. So now there's only 3 doors, because your offer actually did align with what she wants.
Okay.
And now, because that offer also boosted your impression, okay. You
excellent. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. 3 doors left.
So, yeah, you got 3 doors. Now, how are you going to open up a door? How are you going to try to convince her to tell you what you want, or get what you want?
How am I going to convince her?
Yeah. So there are different, you don't have to literally socially convince her. You could do something kind for her or something like that. Look at your different skills and attributes that you have, right? Mm-hmm. And essentially what you're doing is you're breaking down doors that are barring you from getting what you want from her.
Right. So I think one of the things I would do then is to kind of teach her how to get around the city. Like, what I mean by that is be more agile, maybe teach her parkour.
Okay, so you're going to basically spend some of the day, where are you going to do that? It's snowy, it's cold.
Yeah, well, really anywhere we can do it. We can go to a gym. We can do anything we want.
Yeah, where are you going to go? To show her.
Well, we can go back. Well, we can go back to the park that I had stashed that thing in, so it's kind of 2 birds with 1 stone.
Okay, that's going south again. She might be a little bit resistant to that, but I'll say that you convinced her to keep you're going to convince her to keep her safe. So you basically get on a bus, which will bring you due south back to your area. right? She gets a little bit nervous as you guys cross the bridge at Bridgeport, but then less so as it goes, right? She's like,
Yeah.
Elliot, this is too, you know. But yeah. So how are you going to? What sort of skill set are you going to use to do that then?
To do what? Calm her down?
To teach her. No, to teach her.
To teach her?
Yeah.
So, I'm going to, I've been merit of parkour here in athletics. I'm going to basically kind of demonstrate for her,
Yeah.
like certain things of how like to escape certain things, how to look and use my streetwise, and teach her how to like, these are the streets that are.
Okay, pick one thing. Are you showing her parkour, or are you showing her the ways of the streets?
No, I want to show her the way of the streets first, so that she knows knows the layout a little better to get away from certain things.
Okay, so
if you ever need to run away.
Okay, so probably a wits plus streetwise, or you're doing analysis, right? So intelligence plus streetwise.
Oh, great! So smart. All right. Why is presence on there? It should be on there. Intelligence plus streetwise. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna totally run out of stuff. Nope, unsuccessful.
Okay, so that does not open up a door. You'll get to try again in an hour though, because of your excellent impression. So,
right,
you show her around. She's okay, cool, but we're on the south side. She says, right? Like you went to this place and it didn't make her very comfortable, so she wasn't as receptive to that. But
I'm also going to want to show her something too. To show her, like, she gave me some information. I'm going to try to like build that trust. I want to show you something really important to me.
Okay, so
that's another reason why we came here.
Okay, so that would be kind of what is that? That'd be like a manipulation plus empathy,
I suppose.
Yeah. So do that.
All right.
So you take her around to some of your, like, to your touchstone, basically, eh?
Yeah. My willpower's so low.
Are you dragging them out when you spend? There you go. Yeah, that's cool.
Oh no, I don't have any left. I'm using them because I'm trying to do here. So I'm gonna basically show her the briefcase.
Yeah, you're trying to make that impression on her, right? So again,
yeah,
it's going to be penalized by 3 because you're essentially trying to impress upon her socially, her composure, right? You got to get past your composure. So you're good.
Am I empathy? Is it empathy I'm using?
Empathy.
Or persuasion?
Empathy, right? You're trying to you're trying to impart that feeling to
her,
right?
All right. Did I go through?
I don't see anything there.
That's strange. All right, try it again. Come on. One. Oh, man. Oh.
There you go. You open
a door.
Are
crushing me right now.
Yeah, that's okay. You open a door. She's got 2 left.
2 left.
Now, you wanted to show her some parkour as well, right?
I was 3 doors down. Now I'm 2 doors down. Sorry, what?
You wanted to show her some parkour as well, right?
Yeah, eventually, yes.
Okay. You've spent 2 hours with her doing this stuff. You can
okay.
do every hour you get to make a roll because of your reputation. So
right. So when I show so I've showed her the briefcase.
You didn't show her the brief. Oh, yeah. Is that what you wanted to show her? Was the briefcase?
Well, I wanted to show her like my hidey hole kind of thing.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. So you show her the briefcase there. Yeah.
And I just kind of give her the story behind it too.
Okay. You told. Yeah. That's why she buys in, right? Manipulation plus empathy. Yeah. You got her. Yeah.
I haven't opened it yet though, so I don't know what's actually in here.
She says, "Open it."
All right. Well, I just want to let you know, like, I'm not like, I want to be upfront with you. I do, time to time, steal things, and this is one of those things. And back at the train station there, I also stole this. And I'm going to show her the wallet I stole.
Cool.
Just want to be upfront with you. This is the life I live. But I assure you that I will protect you as much as I can.
All right. So that'll
whatever means
get you a beat for resolving guilty.
Yep.
Cool. All right.
Okay. So, okay, let's open it.
All right. What do you got to open it with?
I have a knife.
What's on your equipment? What's on your gear?
I have something. A multi-tool.
There you go. Cool. All right, so this would be probably. I'd imagine it's. You're going to rely on dexterity and larceny. A multi-tool will give you a +1.
Dexterity, larceny, I'm good at that.
Are you spending any willpower?
1 second. That's 5 dice. Hot wiring doesn't really come into play, does it?
No.
Probably not.
Do you have crafts at all?
Well, I do have crafts. Can I use that
Do you
too?
have specialization in crafts?
I don't, but I have 1 in crafts.
Is that better than your larceny?
No.
Okay, so doesn't really make a difference then.
Okay. Well, it might be a pretty cool looking. It's a pretty it's a hard box, right?
Oh yeah,
and
it's
all right.
it's like
Oh,
locked and
I will
secure.
power this too. Then why not? I'm just
Okay.
gonna throw all my willpower in this one fucking
Okay.
thing.
Cool, that's good because it's a -3. So
Oh,
that
of
eats
course
it
it
up.
was.
So how many
Of
dice you
course
got?
it was.
Yeah,
I got 5.
5 dice. Give her a roll.
Wow. So brutal. Did I
Awesome.
succeed?
Yeah, you succeed. You pop it open.
All right, and what is in it? What is in this thing?
Well, what is inside is a leather tome.
A what?
A leather tome.
Is that what Karen says?
Well, yeah, she's like, "What is it? What's a tome?" No, yeah, no,
That's what I'd be saying.
yeah, a
What is it?
leather bound book.
A leather-bound book. Okay, is there any writing on the front of it?
No, and it looks rather weathered. Like it looks old and used. It's not new,
Okay.
and it's even in like a little foam cutout that fits it.
Oh, I see. I got you. All right. I'm gonna reach for it and pick it up.
Yeah,
I guess that's what I
feels
naturally
like a
would
book.
do. I want to flip through the flip to the front page to see.
Okay, it's filled with really weird writing.
Are there any diagrams or anything?
Yeah, diagrams. You can't even understand the diagrams. Like you don't know what they mean or what they're for.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
So I'm gonna
definitely
show this
not
to her.
English.
I'm like, does this mean anything to you?
It's like no.
Have you ever seen anything like this?
It's like
All
no.
right.
The hell is that? Where'd you get
I don't
this?
freaking know, man. I don't know. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to take the book, keep the book, and I'm gonna put it in one of my other Ziploc bags in my bag,
Okay, cool.
and I'm gonna get rid of this this briefcase. Actually, can I pawn the briefcase?
You
Is that
probably
possible?
could. Well, you kind of damaged it when you opened it up. So
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I'm going to.
I mean, you can always hold on to it if you want and leave it in your cash or something. But
Yeah, maybe I'll do that. I mean, I'll leave it in my cash just in
Okay.
case, because I don't want someone like knowing where this came from, perhaps.
Yeah.
Or I'll find a dumpster. I can find a dumpster too.
yeah,
Just
cool.
chuck it into a dumpster.
Cool.
Can I do that?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that.
All
I'm
right.
not gonna be stupid though. I'm also gonna wipe my prints from it just in case.
Yeah, and the dumpster you throw it into, there's some like rock star looking guy trying to light it on fire. I don't know.
Yeah, in the daylight, right? Of course.
That's right, of course. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
that
just
happens.
just joking. All right.
Anyways, yeah.
Cool. Awesome. I'm gonna cut back to Vinny, and then we're gonna wrap this one up. Vinny.
All right.
All right. Sorry, you went to look in that alley area, right?
Well, I just kind of wanted to look around to see if there were any like homeless people that were regulars on the street that may have seen something kind of firsthand.
Yeah. So you're gonna do an investigation check there, looking for more clues, right?
Yeah.
All right. Cool. How are you going about doing this?
I just want to go up and kind of talk to people. Maybe if I see any homeless people, kind of from
Yeah. Cool.
that are there, or maybe if there's somebody who has like a hot dog cart or something like that, or some kind of fast food cart.
Cool. Okay. Give me an attribute and skill combination that's gonna get you what you want.
Okay, so I think that I'm going to go for again, kind of on the social side, presence and streetwise.
Yeah. So presence again, you're relying on your appearance, right? So you're not convincing people. You're using the brute force approach, which is cool. Okay, let me just look at modifiers here, right? So, talking to people. All right. So, are you using any willpower?
No.
Okay, so -1 total modifier. 1 success. All right. So, yeah, there is a guy going through a dumpster in the alley near the intersection there. And,
Yeah, so I want to go. I want to go talk to that guy.
yeah, and what is it that you want? You want just what he saw?
I just want to know if he was around that night, what he saw,
Yeah.
that sort of thing.
Yeah. He's like, yeah. Yeah, he says, he's like, yeah, it was a dog and car accident and, yeah, and somebody got hurt.
Who got hurt?
And he's like, and he says to you, he says, Kuei. Albert Kuei. The Kuei family, Chinatown Bazaar. He got hurt.
Oh, he was involved in that accident?
I don't know. He was hurt. Went into the number 18. And he points to the karaoke bar entrance.
I'm more concerned about the car accident.
He says, that's it. The car's got... People were, worried about the dog. Dog got up, ran away. Person wanted they exchange, papers and stuff like that. The dump truck and the other car. And he gives you the info.
So would you say that the car just slammed on their brakes and the truck had nothing else that they could do?
It's like, I guess. It was pretty slippery.
Would if you were called on to give that kind of description to a police officer, would you do that?
Yeah, I guess.
No, I'd need like a solid yes from you, and I want to pull out like $50.
Like, takes it. Yes. As he says, he's taking it from your hand. Yes, no problem.
Perfect. Okay, so
so you get another clue, right? Clue is that there were injuries in the accident. Is what you get. It's a 1.
Can I say that the injuries were to Albert?
You can put down, dog got hit, Albert Kuei injured, with a question mark, right? Seems weird, but still, that's your clue. You got two clues, 2 elements. And as you're talking to this guy, all of a sudden you feel a hand on your shoulder, kind of tug you back.
Hey, I want to see who's pulling on my shoulder.
You spin around.
So I'm gonna turn.
It's Freddie T.
Can I try and take a step away?
Oh yeah, sure. You kind of shrug off the hand.
Just kind of as a.
Yeah, for sure. You turn around. It's Freddie T. He's like, Vinny, what are you doing here, man?
Well, you didn't seem that you were really, committed to doing work for me. So I guess I'm out here doing it on my own.
Oh, that's what I was just doing. Man, you never guess what happened.
What?
He's like, I was just talking to the people at number 18 here. Albert went in the place and smashed it up. Man, he was like hitting the bouncers before it opened up. And they chased him out the back door here. And he points to the security door, like the security exit into the alley that you're basically standing in front of.
Why would he go in there and just to start a fight? Doesn't he get along with everybody down here? I thought he was kind of like the hero.
Yeah, weird, eh?
Yeah.
All right.
Was he being chased? Like this guy was talking about him being chased by a dog.
I don't know. They just said he went in there. I was asking around. He said they went in there. He smashed through a glass table, got all cut up, broke the guy's nose, the bouncer. But I mean, Albert,
It sounds.
he knows his martial arts, right? It's really weird though. They're like,
Well,
for a guy
it
that
sounds
works,
like you got a lot.
at the volunteers at the Pui Tak, it's out of character for him.
Yeah, well, it sounds like you got a lot more investigating to do, Freddie.
Oh, come on, man. That's gold.
It's huge. But I want like was Albert being chased by somebody like this guy here? And I just want to kind of point over to the homeless guy who's
Yeah, he's
probably
looking.
back digging into the dumpster.
No, he's listening to you guys. He's like, I didn't see that.
Oh,
Then again, I went to look at the accident once it happened. So if he
yeah.
ran
So I
into
just
the
want to say
alley, I
to
didn't see him.
I just want to say to Freddie like was he being chased like was somebody out to get him? Like I'm confused. It seems like he's kind of starting stuff.
I don't know, but it seems really weird.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I got you info, man. Come on, you got to
Well,
give me
no,
something else.
that's good. You want me to give you something else?
Wow, just something, man. I need some work. You got to give me like finder's fee, something. I don't know. Like, it's almost Christmas, man.
Okay, I'll go into my wallet. How much cash do I usually carry on me?
Well, okay, so you're throwing around cash. You're basically going to have to reduce your. If you give him money too, you're going to have to reduce your resources by a dot. Right? You're
Okay.
throwing around cash, right? So you've
Well, then
essentially
I'll
given a
just I'll
dot's
just say
worth of
to I'll
cash to
just say
these
to
two. Yeah,
yeah. I'll just say to Freddie, well,
it would
call
just
me
be
tomorrow when
temporary,
I'm in
but
the office.
yeah.
I'll say call me tomorrow when I'm in the office, and we'll talk about maybe getting you some work.
Awesome, man. I knew it, Vinny. And he kind of just gives you a couple shots to the shoulder. You're the best, man. I'll talk to you later. And he,
Yeah, well, don't stop digging. If I call you tomorrow, or if you call me, and you have more information for me, that's gonna really convince me to get you some work.
awesome, man. Thanks.
So
And he,
don't stop digging.
okay, cool. And he kind of gives you the double guns as he walks away, heads off down the street, and we're going to call it there. So, thank you guys for joining us for this second half of chapter 2. Again, these guys have been playing through the whole thing, but we divided it up to make it easier for you guys to watch. Catch us next time for chapter 3 of this story of Mice and Men. If you like us, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell to get notified of when we post another episode. Comments down below. Join us in our Discord. Join us on Twitter. All that information in the info below. We'd love to keep the conversation going. Again, GM tips to follow these videos. And yeah, thanks for joining us, and have a good night.
Night, folks.
Hey guys, thanks for watching.
Everybody.
Night.